Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Simon Sinek is a well-known author, motivational speaker, and organizational consultant. He gained widespread recognition for his concept of the golden circle, which he introduced in his book Start With Why: How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action. This idea emphasizes the importance of understanding and communicating an organization's or individual's purpose, why, before focusing on how and what. He's also famous for his TED Talk, How Great Leaders Inspire Action, which is one of the most viewed TED Talks of all time. Sinek often speaks about leadership, inspiration, and building trust within teams. His other popular books include Leaders Eat Last, The Infinite Game, and Together is Better. Are you a fan of his work, or is there something specific about him you're curious about? And I know many people are attracted to you for this reason. Sinek, you know them for their bravery. Change is one of life's constants. It's not something we can avoid, nor should we try to. The world evolves, industries shift, and circumstances often unfold in ways we didn't anticipate. Yet, amidst all of this, there's an incredible opportunity. Because change is not just a challenge, it's a call to adapt, to rethink, and to grow. Adapting to change doesn't begin with strategies or tools, it begins with mindset. When faced with uncertainty, our natural instinct is often to cling to what we know, to stay within the safety of what's familiar. But growth doesn't happen in safety. Progress is found at the edge of discomfort, where the unknown forces us to look deeper and think differently. The first step to navigating change is not resisting it, but embracing it. Recognizing that discomfort is a signal that something new and potentially transformative is on the horizon. The most resilient individuals and organizations don't survive change by simply reacting to it. They do something greater. They anticipate it. They ask questions. They stay curious. They don't wait for the environment to dictate their direction. They stay attuned to shifts and trends, keeping their eyes on what's coming, not just what's already here. Curiosity is the fuel for adaptability. When we stop asking questions, we stop innovating. But adaptability isn't just about being flexible, it's about being anchored in something deeper. It's about knowing your purpose. When the world changes, the methods might need to shift, but your purpose, your why, remains the compass. Organizations that thrive in changing times don't hold on to products, processes, or traditions for the sake of tradition. They hold on to the reason they exist, the impact they want to create, and they let that guide their decisions. People often say they fear change, but what they truly fear is uncertainty. The key to overcoming that fear is trust. Trust in ourselves, trust in our teams, trust in our ability to figure things out. Trust builds confidence, and confidence fuels action. Without trust, change feels like chaos. With trust, change becomes a puzzle waiting to be solved. Adaptation isn't an event, it's a practice. It's a willingness to keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep showing up, even when the path ahead isn't entirely clear. The organizations and individuals that thrive in changing times are the ones who commit to growth, not perfection. They understand that mistakes are part of the process, and they value progress over fear of failure. The world will continue to change. That's inevitable. But whether we see change as a threat or as an opportunity to become something better, that's entirely up to us. The question isn't whether you can adapt. The question is whether you will choose to. Change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Embracing change begins with a mindset shift, seeing it as an opportunity rather than a threat. Curiosity drives adaptability. Asking questions and staying open to new possibilities allows us to anticipate change rather than just react to it. Anchor yourself in purpose. While methods and strategies may need to evolve, your why remains the compass guiding you through uncertainty. Trust is the foundation of resilience. Building trust in yourself, your team, and your ability to navigate challenges transforms fear of the unknown into confidence and action. Adaptation is a practice, not a one-time event. Progress comes from continuous learning, experimenting, and embracing imperfection as part of the process. Change is a constant force in life, moving around us and through us, whether we welcome it or not. It comes in the form of technological advances, shifting economies, evolving relationships, and the unpredictable nature of the world itself. It does not ask for permission, nor does it wait for us to be ready. But while change itself is unavoidable, what we do with it is entirely within our control. Growth is not an automatic result of change. It is a deliberate choice. When change happens, it disrupts the patterns we are comfortable with. It challenges the systems, routines, and beliefs that make us feel secure. In these moments, the temptation is often to resist, to hold tightly to what feels safe and familiar. Yet resistance doesn't stop change, it only stalls our growth. Growth requires us to face change with a sense of curiosity and courage, to see it not as an obstacle, but as a doorway to something new. Growth begins when we choose to engage with change, to look for what it can teach us, and to see how it can shape us. It's about asking, what does this make possible, rather than why is this happening to me? Growth demands that we step outside our comfort zones, where we might feel vulnerable and uncertain, but where transformation truly occurs. It's easy to assume that growth will come naturally with time or experience, but time alone does not guarantee progress. Growth is intentional. It's the decision to adapt, to stretch beyond what we know, and to actively pursue opportunities for learning and improvement. It requires effort, reflection, and, at times, a willingness to fail. Change might force us to move, but growth is about choosing the direction. It's about aligning with a purpose and using that as a guide to navigate through uncertainty. Growth allows us to evolve, not just survive. It's what turns the chaos of change into a chance to build something better. And while change may be out of our hands, the opportunity to grow is always within our reach. So, curiosity is the spark that ignites adaptability. It is the instinct to ask questions, to wonder about possibilities, and to explore beyond what we already know. When faced with change or uncertainty, curiosity shifts our focus from fear to discovery. It moves us away from rigid thinking and opens the door to creativity and innovation. It is through curiosity that we begin to see challenges not as barriers, but as puzzles waiting to be solved. When we remain curious, we stay open to new information and perspectives. Instead of clinging to old ways of doing things, we ask, what else is possible? This mindset helps us break free from the limitations of routine and tradition, allowing us to see opportunities where others may see only obstacles. Curiosity invites us to experiment, to try new approaches, and to embrace the idea that there is always more to learn. Curiosity also fuels resilience. In times of change, it's natural to feel uncertain or overwhelmed, but curiosity helps us navigate these feelings by shifting the focus from what we can't control to what we can discover. It encourages us to explore the unknown with a sense of wonder rather than hesitation. When we approach situations with curiosity, we are better equipped to adapt because we are actively seeking solutions instead of passively waiting for answers. Adaptability isn't just about reacting to change, it's about evolving with it. Curiosity makes this evolution possible by keeping us engaged and motivated to learn. It helps us ask better questions, refine our understanding, and adjust our approach as needed. When we're curious, we don't just adapt to survive, we adapt to thrive, finding new ways to grow and succeed in an ever-changing world. In essence, curiosity turns adaptability into a skill rather than a reaction. It allows us to embrace uncertainty with an open mind, to see change as an opportunity, and to remain flexible in the face of whatever comes next. Purpose is the foundation that keeps us steady when everything around us is shifting. It's the deep, guiding sense of why we do what we do, the core belief that gives our actions meaning. In times of change and uncertainty, purpose becomes even more critical. It provides clarity amidst the noise and chaos, acting as a compass that points us in the right direction when the path ahead feels unclear. When we anchor ourselves in purpose, we gain a sense of direction that helps us make decisions with confidence. Without purpose, it's easy to get lost, reacting to external pressures and changes without a clear sense of what truly matters. Purpose helps us filter out distractions and focus on what aligns with our values and long-term goals. It reminds us that while circumstances may demand new strategies or methods, the reason behind our actions remains constant. Purpose also fuels resilience. When faced with setbacks or challenges, a strong sense of purpose keeps us motivated to keep moving forward. It gives us the strength to endure difficulties because we know there is a bigger reason behind our efforts. Purpose transforms obstacles into opportunities to learn and grow, allowing us to navigate adversity with a sense of hope and determination. Moreover, purpose has the power to inspire those around us. When we are clear about why we do what we do, we create a sense of alignment and connection that draws others in. People are drawn to those who act with conviction, and purpose-driven actions have a way of uniting teams, organizations, and communities. A shared purpose becomes a rallying point, giving everyone a reason to contribute and work together toward a common goal. Anchoring in purpose doesn't mean ignoring the need for change. It means using purpose as a steady foundation while adapting to the demands of the moment. It allows us to remain flexible in our methods while staying true to what matters most. Purpose gives meaning to change and ensures that our actions, no matter how they evolve, stay rooted in the values and beliefs that define us. Quote, "Trust is the invisible force that strengthens us in times of adversity. It begins with the trust we place in ourselves, the belief that we have the ability to navigate challenges and the courage to make decisions even when the outcome is uncertain. This inner trust fosters confidence, allowing us to take risks and face the unknown with a sense of steadiness. Without it, doubt and fear can paralyze us, making it difficult to move forward when times get tough. Beyond ourselves, trust extends to those around us. In relationships, teams, and communities, trust creates a foundation of support that enables collective resilience. When we trust others, we feel safe to express vulnerabilities, share ideas, and lean on each other when needed. It's this sense of safety and connection that allows people to collaborate effectively and recover together from setbacks. Without trust, even the most skilled teams can falter, as fear and uncertainty undermine cooperation. Trust also builds over time through consistent actions. It is earned when we demonstrate reliability, honesty, and integrity, both in our own behavior and in how we treat others. These small, everyday choices accumulate into a sense of dependability that becomes a source of strength during challenging times. When people know they can rely on one another, they are more willing to take on risks and tackle difficult situations with the confidence that they won't be left to face them alone. In moments of crisis or change, trust is what allows us to adapt without losing our footing. It reduces the emotional toll of uncertainty because it reminds us that we are not alone. It allows us to focus on solutions rather than anxieties, knowing that there is a shared commitment to overcome challenges together. Trust doesn't eliminate difficulties, but it provides a foundation strong enough to withstand them, enabling us to rebuild, regroup, and move forward with purpose. Resilience thrives when trust is present, because trust transforms challenges into opportunities for connection and growth. It reminds us that no matter how unpredictable life becomes, we are capable of navigating it together, supported by the belief in ourselves and each other. Adaptation is not a single decision or a quick adjustment. It's an ongoing process, a practice that evolves as circumstances change. The world around us is in constant motion, and with every shift, new challenges and opportunities emerge. To adapt effectively, we must approach change not as a hurdle to overcome once, but as a continuous cycle of learning, adjusting, and growing. It begins with awareness, the ability to notice when change is happening and the willingness to acknowledge it. Often the first step in adaptation is simply recognizing that the way things used to work may no longer apply. This requires humility, the understanding that no system or strategy is ever permanent. It's about staying open to the idea that there is always room for improvement, always a need to reassess and refine. Adaptation requires flexibility not just in actions but in mindset. It's the willingness to let go of what no longer serves us, even when it's familiar or comfortable. This can be difficult because humans are creatures of habit, and the instinct to cling to what we know is strong, but true adaptability comes from embracing the unknown, from experimenting with new approaches and learning from the outcomes, whether they succeed or fail. Resilience plays a key role in this practice. The ability to adapt isn't about getting it right every time. It's about persisting through trial and error. It's about viewing setbacks not as final failures, but as valuable lessons that guide the next steps. Each adjustment we make, each lesson we learn, strengthens our capacity to adapt in the future. Over time, this cycle of reflection and action becomes second nature, enabling us to respond to change with greater ease and confidence. Adaptation also thrives on curiosity and a commitment to growth. The most successful individuals and organizations are those who treat change as an opportunity to innovate and improve. They actively seek out new perspectives, explore different ideas, and invest in developing skills that prepare them for whatever comes next. This proactive approach ensures that adaptation isn't a reaction to being caught off guard, but a continuous effort to stay ahead. Ultimately, adaptation is less about reaching a final destination and more about embracing the journey. It's a practice of staying attuned to the shifting world, making adjustments as needed, and remaining committed to progress. By treating adaptation as an ongoing process, we not only survive change, but position ourselves to thrive in an ever-evolving environment. Change is inevitable, but how we respond to it is what defines us. Growth, curiosity, purpose, trust, and adaptability are not just abstract ideas. They are choices we make, practices we cultivate, and values we live by. In a world that will always keep evolving, these principles anchor us, guide us, and empower us to navigate uncertainty with confidence and resilience. When we embrace change with open minds and steady hearts, we don't just survive, we thrive, shaping a future that reflects our strength, purpose, and potential.